Hey everyone, I'm back after 2 years and I'm switching my focus to VFX for a while. Today I will show you how to create stunning hand-painted lightning textures using just Photoshop and a mouse. In a competitive industry, these skills can really set your work apart. No fancy tools, just simple techniques anyone can follow with what they have. By the end, you will have powerful new texture and the skill to create even more. Let's dive in. So first, let's create a new layer. And the first thing we are going to do for the painting, select the basic brush. We are going to use this hard brush for all of our process here and make it a bit bigger. The idea is to draw a shape, like the general shape of the lightning. So something like this or like this. Be a little bit more interesting and make the brush smaller. We can give it a little bit here, like an impact lightning. And we can just subtract and shape it a little bit here. Subtract from the shape, and now let's start from the top. Just make some harsh lines on angle like this and just carve away from the shape. Okay. First from this side, and then we're gonna try here like this, and it's like literally very simple. This, and you have a shape. You see how you control the shape. This is looks like a straight line, but if I carve it from here, it goes to this side, and if I carve it from this side, it goes back to this one. And this is the whole technique how you're going to paint this style of lightning. We can add a little bit finer details, this, and make the end a little bit thinner, like this. The end of the lightning will look a little bit better if it's as you can even separate it like that. It can look cool. And now we can work with the smaller details and we can add stuff like that. It looks a little bit cool, right? And you can add it everywhere, but don't overdo it. It will look too uniform. And this hard angles here, like this straight line, I don't like this. So don't, in my opinion, you shouldn't have these lines unless your style is like that. But I'm not going for this right now, so I'm going to this, make it like that. It's all about creativity here. Do whatever you feel looks good. But the technique is just subtract from the shape and control the shape with the subtraction. The idea is that some places it will be thick and some places it will be thinner, like here. And you can do it naturally, like by subtracting the shape, but sometimes you can go like this and make sure there are places that it's thin, like here. You can help it a little bit more. And do something like that. And now let's take care of the impact one. We can start with this. Let's see if this will work. This shape that I did was too straight, and when you do that, you will get this kind of weird thing. So instead of straight, make it a little curve like this, and you can make the end thinner. This let's see if this looks good. Make the brush smaller, maybe a little bit of style here, and the end make it thinner, of course. And this shape here is very straight, right? So we can actually curve it even if the shape is straight. I start here like this, and as you see, this now the curve, and it's very easily achieved. Just 2 or 3 strokes, and it's basically done. You can work on the end here. Don't know what would be cool. Something like that. Up to you, really. I think this looks cool. We can leave it like this. But my problem here is that with the end here, it's very thin, and this impact is very thick. So maybe we can add a bit thickness here and connect it so it smoothly connects to the shape like this. Now it looks a lot more natural, and maybe this here is a little bit well, so you can add and subtract whenever you want. You're fully in control, and you lead the shape. Don't let the shape lead you. So now this looks a little bit better. I still think this is a little bit bigger than needed. Maybe make it thinner. But they look kind of wavy, dynamic, interesting shape. You may not go for that, for harsher shapes, but this one turned out to be like this. Now that we have this, you can go and add even more details. Like you can like this, you can add here or here, depending on what you want. But I will leave it like this for the sake of this video. I think this looks kind of cool. And next part we can add, this is optional, but we can add these secondary lightnings and make your brush a little bit smaller and start drawing, start connecting it like that. And this may not look as good. What we're looking for is actually this shape inside the dark shape, and if you can make some cool shapes, it will look good. So our goal is to have a cool shape inside, and it will not work for every situation we have, so we need to play around and see if we can create something interesting. Maybe this will be, and then again we just subtract, like the main shape, do the same thing with here and make it like connect nicely and seem like very natural, because this harsh line here at the connection does not look good. So I'm going to this, and also I have this smoothing at 3%. You can remove this if you like, but yeah, I'm having it here. It makes you a little bit smoother, and you see this thing that follows my cursor. You can enable this from here, put strings mode. You can use this if you like, if you prefer. If not, it makes it a bit smoother, the shapes, and because I'm drawing with a mouse, it makes it a little bit easier. So I don't like this shape here. This it a little bit better. So I do like what happened here. And I can try to do something cool here as well, maybe even something like, or maybe not. As I said, not necessarily every time it will work, maybe it will not work. So let's try. Give it a try. If it works, it works. If try something else, or can even leave it. It's not a big deal. Try something like this. This shape here looks weird. Can improve it a bit. Yeah, this can work. So we can do this. Make sure your secondary lightning is thinner, as energy from that is forming the secondary lightning is a lot less, and so it's natural for it to be thinner. But also don't make it too thin, because when you look at it from far, it will a bit weird. So I think something like that looks good. And always zoom your art to look at from far if it reads or not. My issue right now is with this thing here, so I will just delete it like this. I will make it it's a bit too long, so I will just delete it. Don't be afraid to delete something you created. It's very simple to create it again if you need. You don't even need to get back to it. Just create it again. It's not a big deal. So I can do something like that. This, I think something like this. Yeah, this may work. And now, if you are not happy with your shape and you like to do the shape a bit differently, you can redraw it, of course. Just remove and draw it again. But what I can show you a trick. So select your layer, Control T, and then right click in this selection and choose warp. And now you can actually kind of modify the shape organically. And my idea is these things here needs to go a bit up and not sideways. So this is very easy way to do it. And you can actually modify the shape as well, mm, make it a little bit like this. Or maybe not. You can experiment and see what works and what doesn't. Yeah, I don't like that. So I'm gonna revert, warp again. But I do like this. So something like that. I kinda like the main shape, so keep it. It has a flow and it has some interesting shape as well. And you can kind of read it. Maybe it's a little bit too curvy, but it's still okay in my opinion. And to make this uh, look a little bit more stylized, what we can do is play with these layer styles, and we can use the stroke. And if you just increase the size, you'll see what it does, and it makes it look this very stylized look. So I can do something like this, and you can add a glow to the lightning, and as you see now it looks a little bit more like a glowy lightning texture. We can delete this, or you can keep it. I will delete it, make it cleaner. And this is how you draw a lightning basically. And for the glow part, you can actually disable this, and there is another way to make this. If you duplicate the layer by holding Alt and just dragging it above, disable the effect. And what you can do here is actually put it below and go to filters and go to blur, Gaussian blur, or however it's pronounced, and you can do something like this. You can play with the styles. You can put it above and try to see if the styles work for you. But yeah, this may look a bit harsh, so what you can do, disable reduce the opacity a little bit like this, and now you have a glowing lightning. You can play with this or just have the auto glow, or you can even combine it for something like this. You decide how you like it. And yeah, if you like to make this lightning blue, it's very simple. You can add another layer. You can paint the layer the color you like, like this. And now you can do soft light, and you have this color. And if you like to make more adjustments, like color correction or anything else, you can Control Shift Alt and E to merge everything into one layer, and then go to filters, go to camera raw, and here you can play with a lot of stuff, and you have very interesting things that you can increase, decrease, and make it a little bit harsher, and you can play with the color. But yeah, and if you click okay, now you can switch from both of them and look which one, just decide which one is better, or you can even like merge them. Look, this looks kind of cool. So play with it and you can create your own style, something like this.